Jealousy is a female's trait. And the maid turn a Tina when I'm about my cake. Got the ride for the cars, you can be my bait. With these bars, I'm a star, won't shoot till I'm great. Envy me.
What is going on, YouTube? We are back again with another Finesse Reality with your boy D. What's good, y'all? About to hop in on Survivor. Got episodes 9, 10, and 11 for you. Since this week was a 2-hour episode, they put 2 episodes together, and I still got last week's episode for y'all that I couldn't get out because of Thanksgiving, but I got it for y'all right now. So let's get into it. Some big moves are being made. We have been anticipating this post-merge tribe, and we've been hearing things from Jeff saying that don't worry, your moves that you want to be made are coming, and the Survivor antics we know and we love are here. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Episode 9, it starts right after the tribal council, where it got ties and secret votes and advantages going on. And I'm wondering, so nobody wondered how these votes got played out the way they played? Nobody noticed that there was an empty ballot and that the numbers were just off? Nobody noticed that, so we just gonna act like, okay, I see how this is working out already. The votes play out, Cole goes home, and, they go back to tribe. Everything goes back to normal. Devin and Ryan end up having a conversation where Ryan tells him, hey, I have the immunity idol. Cole didn't have it. I have it. We're good. And you're the only person who knows about this. That was true at the time. We later find out he does tell Ben, and that turns into being bad because Ben eventually tells Devin that he knows, and this just ruins the trust between Devin and Ryan, but we'll get to that a little bit later. The reward challenge they had, it was pretty simple challenge. They had to climb this ladder in the middle of the ocean, dive down, get some buoys, take the buoys, get your balls, go shoot some balls in the hoop, and boom. Joe, this man clutches out the whole win and shoots all 5 balls with ease. It found his stroke and was able to get the reward for his team. That was actually good for Joe because Joe is on the bottom, so it gives him a little opportunity to make amends with some people or just to have fun with some people and just to leave the competition behind for a little bit. This one was a yacht trip and a sandwich feast. They were smashing. They had all types of sandwiches and had plenty of it. And while they're on the yacht, Joe does not stop playing the game. Joe was looking for the idol or looking for a clue for the idol, looking for anything he can find because he knows Survivor may have anything anywhere, so you have to keep your eyes open and your head has to stay on a swivel. And not only that, Joe doesn't stop playing the game. Joe is about 3 steps ahead of some of these people. And his antics are not just done to annoy you, but they're done on purpose. His plan is to get you so annoyed that you want him gone, but you're also willing to keep him around because you know that at any given moment you all can vote him out because nobody likes him. So that is what his game plan is. So that's why he's always ignoring people. That's why he's always getting under people's skin. That's why he'll keep on digging and digging and digging and irritating. Is it the best strategy? No. Is it a strategy that is going to work for him? Yes, it has been working for him. Yes, it has kept it around this long, and it will keep him around a little bit longer. But ultimately, in the end, this is not a strategy that you can use to win because when the votes come out that they have to vote for you to win, they're not going to vote for the person who annoyed them unless you made the biggest game moves possible. So this, it could possibly work in the end, but most likely it's not going to work. At this immunity challenge, it was a Survivor first for this. And they had these rides and they had to hold them on their shoulder and they had a little platform in the front. They had to hold an urn or whatever it was on the platform. They couldn't go too high or it would fall off. They couldn't go too low or a flag would raise. It came down to Cole and Lauren. Lauren was able to push through and get this win. A big win for her. Sets Cole up to go home, which is what everybody's been wanting to happen for a long time. I've been wanting Cole to go home. He is a little kid, and yeah, he got less annoying as the tribe as the season progressed, especially after Jessica went home, which was his little showmance. He got less annoying, but still, he was just a waste of space to me. So we end up seeing him not be able to pull out this win, which was able to set everything up for the rest of this episode. Ben then pitches to the group, which is his 7 strong people, that Cole needs to go home because he's the biggest competition threat between Joe, Dr. Mike, and himself, Cole. So that is proven to be true that Cole does good in competitions and he has won, so we need to take him out while we can. And Ashley's like, no, I need Joe to go home. He can't, like, he's intolerable. I cannot live with him. I cannot keep on being in the tribe with him. And it's not what Ben says goes. It's, we need to think about what's best for everybody. Dr. Mike, on the other hand, he still has an immunity idol that he found, and he's ready to play it. He's like, "Hey, Joe, follow my lead at Tribal Council. We about to shake some stuff up," and just starts throwing himself underneath the bus. Just boom, I'm this, I do this, he's just throwing himself underneath the bus where he really doesn't have to. But his plan is to take these hits from Joe and put them on himself, play the idol, and then him and Joe are good. Cole will go home. Cole is voted out, and he is the second member of our jury. And I just want to point out one thing. We got Queen Desi in our presence again. She came through looking like black girl magic for real. So salute to Queen Desi. We miss you. We wish you could have made it further than what you were, but we still love you. Cole got voted out, and that was Dr. Mike's plan. That was his best case scenario because he didn't want Joe to get voted out. Because if Joe gets voted out, that's a vote he loses. By keeping Joe and by having him still here, that's a vote that Dr. Mike has. Now Dr. Mike isn't one vote, he is 2 votes. It's him and Joe are sticking together because they have no other option. They have no choice. And he's just waiting on the opportunity to be used, and that's just what he needs. So I understood Dr. Michael what he did. Yeah, he did waste the immunity idol because he didn't get as many votes and nearly enough votes to even be a possibility of going home. But like he said as well, I'm not going to be the fool to go home with an immunity idol in my pocket. So I know I put a target on my back and I have the protection. Unfortunately, it was a wasted immunity idol. He could have saved that for a later time, but you don't know until afterwards if it's a waste or not. So he did what he thought was best for his game, and it was actually pretty good. So, day 25. We got 14 days left. And 14 days, and I believe there's the final 7, and then there's 2 more on the outside. So there's 9 people left. And 14 days doesn't seem like a lot of time to get rid of 6 people because we go down to the final 3 for the finale. So that's it's people about to just start dropping off. Like they probably had a immunity challenge like every other day, like right back to back. So definitely some big moves about to be made because it's coming down to the crunch time, and this is where the men and women are separated from the boys and the girls. So this immunity competition, they had to stack blocks with their feet. Each row had to go in a circle, and there was 3 layers. And then in the middle there was a flag or pole a hole that you put a flagpole in, and that's how you win. You couldn't use your hands. All you could use were your feet. Dr. Mike looked like he was doing pretty good. This is for a good reward. Anytime you get a reward, you are happy to get a reward. And it's anytime you can eat, it's a whole bunch of food. So it fills you up, gets you replenished, and gets you ready for the next competition. Unfortunately, Dr. Mike knocked over some blocks on his way with the flag, and that opened up the door for Lauren, and Lauren ended up winning the competition. And when Lauren wins the competition, she chose Devin, Ashley, and Ben to go on the immunity or to go on the reward with her. And Jeff asked Ryan, was like, what do you think about who she chooses? Like, is this just, whoever it is, or is just like this gameplay? Ryan's like, I'm not worried about it. These people need food for this reason. I would have liked to go, but it ain't no real big deal. Lauren cuts out, and like she explains to them at the immunity or at the reward challenge, like, hey, I chose you all because I'm ready to make big moves, and I want to make big moves with y'all. This final seven is going to take us nowhere. We're fooling ourselves if we think this is gonna last, and I want to be the one to take it out rather than the one to be taken out. So she says to them four, like, this is we're gonna stick together. Let's put everything we got out there. Let's compare notes. Let's get into it. So Devin immediately jumps on Ryan. Was like, hey, Ryan got an idol. He told me I was the only one who knew he had an idol, but that may not be the fact of the matter that I am the only one with the idol. So yeah, Devin just threw his guy out from underneath the bus, but Ryan did not technically lie to Devin because at the time he was the only one who knew he had an idol. But unfortunately, Ben opened up his mouth to Devin too and let him know that, hey, I know Ryan got an idol too. So it sort of broke the trust between Ryan and Devin, even though Ryan never technically lied. It was not the whole truth after the fact. Another thing about this is Ryan and Christy are back at the camp and they are have full confidence in their final seven that they're gonna get everything that they need to do, make it to the seven, and then at the seven, that's where they're gonna take out Ben. Ben would be the first to go from the seven. And I've been saying it for weeks. Ryan and Christie's downfall is gonna be their ego. Their ego is gonna blind them and think they got so much power they're not gonna see what's going on really in this game. And that's what we're starting to see coming to fruition right now. We're seeing these wheels turning around them, and Ryan and Chrissy are not on the inside. They're on the outside, but they think they're running the game. And the more demands they start giving out, the more people are like, I don't like you. I don't want you here. You're gonna go. We're not gonna tell you when, but your time is coming. On the reward challenge is they have letters from loved ones hidden on their bread or in their underneath their buns because they had burgers and stuff. So it's underneath their buns they had the letters from the loved ones, and it was a big pick me up for the group, And they said it solidified their moment and their bond as the final four they won, and that was just like the icing on the cake. Like, this is what we need to do. These are the people I need to work with. Not only that, when they get back to the tribe, Ben finds a clue for immunity idol and where it's at. And then he goes and looks and finds the pot in the tree, breaks it, and has an immunity idol. This is big because nobody knows about this immunity idol, and Ben is starting to become a target. I haven't really been a fan of Ben, but everything that he is doing is setting up a good resume for the end, and just to pitch it to the tribe or to the jury, and like, this is what I did this season. This is why I deserve to win. Ben has that resume being built. A lot of people aren't building the resume like that. Like Ashley, she's noticed, like when they were talking in the final four, she's like, I don't have anything to bring. I wasn't talked to about none of this. So she needs to catch up when Ben is already in game mode. He has missions accomplished on his own personal. He has missions accomplished for the team, and he is just looking really good right now. So the immunity competition, it was a difficult competition. They had these triangle platforms, and they had, like, on the triangle, they had little spots right here where they had to stand on it. Eventually they would get to the top, and they had a balance, and it was in the water. So waves, not big waves, but little waves coming through. You just got to ride the current. And so you just had a balance, and if you fell off, you were out. If you touched, you were out. If you sat down on it, you were out. So they actually set the tribe up for a temptation. Jeff came out with a whole bunch of chocolate and peanut butter. It was like, if you feel confident, you don't need to compete. You can sit down over here, enjoy all this food while they compete, and you don't have to stress yourself out, and you enjoy these goodies. So Devin, Ben, and Lauren, they took the temptation when it sat down and everybody else competed. It finally got down to Dr. Mike and Ashley. Dr. Mike was looking good, looking strong. Ashley was looking solid too. But Ashley ends up winning the individual immunity, which was a big step for her, a good confidence boost. Like we said, she didn't really have a lot to come to the table with this Final Four. and she realized herself, okay, I have to step it up. It's time to start playing Survivor. Before I was just here, now it's time to play. So that's good for her. And I wanted to see Dr. Mike win just so he can throw off the balance and like to shift things a little bit. I like to see the underdog and the person on the bottom get the victory just to throw off everybody's plans. But Ashley winning, no problem with that. When they get back to tribal or to the tribe, they want, or Christy wants, I'm sorry, not Christy. Chrissy, she wants to have Dr. Mike go home. She's ready. She's like, the Dr. Mike is it. That's what we need to get out. Let's do it. And they fake it, let her know that that's what's going on. That's what they're ready for that too. But the Final Four have their own idea. What Devin comes up with is Ben is going to play both sides. Ben is going to act like he has nothing, knows nothing about what's going on, and that he's with Ryan and Chrissy, but really he's with the Final Four, and the Final Four is going to break up Ryan, Chrissy, and JP. But with Ben playing both sides, it allows Ben to get the information still from Ryan and Chrissy and bring it back to the Final Four. And again, all this does is set Ben up to look even better in the long run. At the end of the game, if Ben makes it to the final three, I say he will win just because of the resume he has built, and he can lay it all out at the last tribal council. Like, hey, I was in charge of this. Like, they already calling him King Arthur. They already saying he was in charge. And even when he's not in charge, or he's faking like he's not in charge, he's still in charge. He just lay it out. Like, I played both sides. I was able to work my way with everybody. I was able to get you out. I was able to get you out. I was able to get you out. And just lay out his resume. And nobody else's Survivor resume this season is going to compare. So the best thing for somebody to do is going to be to take out Ben. Whoever takes out Ben will most likely win this game, because that will be the biggest move to be played, is to getting Ben out. However you do it, that's for them to find out. But you cannot let Ben get to the final three. If he gets to the final three, I have full confidence that he will walk away with this Survivor title. Lauren and Ashley set up the blind side. They go tell Dr. Mike and Joe and tell them, hey, vote for JP. This is how you vote. This is how you vote. This is how we're voting. We are going to take them out. They get to tribal council and they have some discussion going on. Nothing really that's gonna steer the votes, because everybody comes in there with their plan ready. This blind side is ready to go down, and Joe is throwing little hints out there, like, you never know what's gonna happen, or there's alliances inside these alliances. These alliances can't last forever, but nothing to really be worried about. So no real discussion happens. When the votes start coming out, that's when the faces and all, the confusion starts, because JP's name start coming up 3 times, then another time, and they're like, Chris is looking around like, whoa, what's going on? She's looking at Ryan. Ryan's like, I don't know. This has nothing to do with me. And Ben's faking the funk and acting confused as well, while everybody else is over there giggling, laughing, and knows what's really going on, what's really about to go down. So JP does end up getting voted out. Hashtag epic blindside, yes, because it was an epic one. They had no idea. And I was talking to some people about it, and they were confused on why JP over Chrissy and Ryan. And you gotta think about it. JP has been good at the slingshot competitions. He's been good at most of the competitions as a team. Yes, he hasn't won the individual immunity, but it's only so long before he would not win a competition. Especially with it being less numbers, it's more likely that he's gonna win. So you had to take him out while you could. Ryan, he has not been a competition threat. He is looking malnourished. His social game is blowing up. He turned his back on his best friends in the game, so that's blowing up for him. And Chrissy, she's becoming an annoying know-it-all that people aren't really liking. I know I have heard some people say they like her, but I haven't really cared for her this whole time. And like I said, her ego is going to be her downfall. So I was okay with taking JP out because he was the biggest competition threat of the 3. So take JP out. Next person I would take out from that group would be Chrissy, because she is the bigger threat than Ryan with her intelligence and with her willingness to put her body on the line. So that is another thing. With Ryan, he's just playing the game. Like I said, I think his game is already over. I think his game ended the day he turned his back on Allie, and that's what really set him up for his ultimate downfall in this game, because that's when his trust was shown that it wasn't worthy. Since this was a 2 hour episode, we go right from tribal council right into camp. And Chrissy comes into camp and is like, whoa, what's going on? What happened? Can y'all answer me this? Can y'all answer me that? Has question after question, like, when did this whole plan start? When did this all start? And they're like, we don't have to answer any of your questions. You know, you can ask your questions, but that doesn't make me mean I have to answer it. Ben is playing the side too. Like, I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna ask a couple questions here and there. But what really came off as as funny to me was Joe was trying to own the move. Like, hey, we did this. We like trying to put himself in the forefront and saying that this was like sort of his idea, his plan, and he was setting it up, and he knew what was going on this whole time, not knowing that Ben really is playing both of them. So that sort of make Joe look like a fool right there. But it's not hard to make Joe look like a fool because he make himself look like a fool. So, hey. So Ryan is like, I don't understand. I told Devin everything. I don't know how he could blindside me like this. How did he turn his back on me? And all I'm thinking is, this is the payback that you get for Allie. The same thing that you did to Allie is turning out to be the same thing that happened to you. What goes around comes around, you little weasel. That's what I was thinking. Because he didn't tell Allie what was going on. He let her go into the vote blindsided and vote a different way than what she thought she was supposed to vote. And that ultimately turned out why he said he couldn't trust her. And the same thing's going on with him and Devin. Devin can no longer trust him because he turned his back on him and told other people information. And then in return, Devin let him get set up for the okie doke. So for this next competition, it's a reward challenge. It's Lauren, Mike, Chrissy, and Ryan versus Joe, Devin, Ashley, and Ben. And for this competition, they have to swim to a boat, get in the boat, go to each section or each buoy, and on their buoy is going to be logs. Grab the logs, put them in your boat, get back to shore, slide these logs through a tunnel that's going to push out your puzzle pieces, pick up your puzzle pieces, take them, and you have to finish the puzzle that is the tribe or the survivor logo for this season with the healers, hustlers, heroes on there. So what I did see was Dr. Mike and Lauren, they was putting in work. Lauren was carrying bags by herself of of logs. The logs were super heavy. Ryan, they said they weighed more than Ryan. He was struggling to pick them up. And Dr. Mike was putting in work right alongside with Lauren. Unfortunately, it was not good enough for the other squad. They had much better physical abilities, and it showed by them being able to get their puzzle pieces with ease and get to their puzzle. So, although they made it to the puzzle first, they did lose some time and lose the lead a little bit, but were able to finish it off with what they had. So they ended up winning the challenge, which they go on and get wraps and veggie wraps and all this other stuff, and they had a day spa, they first showered in 25 days, I think it was, something like that. So that was definitely a big up for them. 28 days. First shower in 28 days. So that was good boost. On this reward, Ben is still playing both sides, acting like he was not in the know. He's still asking Joe questions about everything. And what this is actually doing is Ashley recognizes this as like, yo, Ben is being set up to really look like a hero. Like he came in the game looking like a hero. He's really set up to look like the man at the end of it all. And it's recognizing how good of a game player he is looking like. And she is not liking it. And so she does get an idea to take Ben out. She takes the idea to Devin. We don't really see how far it goes, but we do know that it's something on the back of their head, like, we need to be looking at when we're getting rid of Ben. And need to be sooner rather than later. And you have Ryan and Chrissy at the bottom. They both know they're at the bottom. Ryan makes a plea to Dr. Mike, like, hey, I always wanted to work with you. I still wanted to work with you. Can we work together? Can we figure something out? And Dr. Mike's like, I tried to work with you, Ryan. I came to you every day for at least a week trying to work with you, and you told me no. And Ryan was like, yeah, the game changes. And he's like, yeah, the game has changed, and I don't want to work with you anymore. So no. And Lauren tells Chrissy the same thing. Like, you had all this time to work with me. You don't want to really work with me. You just want to use me because you know that you're on the chopping block now. And try to fight or try to stay alive however you can. But you're not gonna do that while working with me. I've made my alliance. I have drawn draw my line in the sand, and this is how I'm rocking for the rest of this game. For this next immunity challenge, Chrissy ends up winning the challenge. It was a long card competition with the wheelbarrow, and you had a balance beams, and you had to spell out a 12-letter word. Yeah, spell out a 12-letter word, and the word was invulnerable, whatever. It was like, man, it was a lot. But Chrissy ends up winning this competition. So what that does, that leaves Ryan by himself, because it was Chrissy and Ryan, and then there was Joe and Mike. So Ryan's by himself. Joe and Mike are still a little worried about what's going on, but they're being fed that they're safe. They're going to take out Ryan, and everything's going to be all right. So they're not panicking too much. They still, do the usual antics, cause a little commotion in camp, and just get people riled up. That's just how they are. Ben, on the other hand, decides they no longer need Joe. Joe is not helping them anymore, and without Joe, they still have Dr. Mike, and they still have the numbers to get rid of Chrissy. So that's what they are, to get rid of whoever they want to get rid of in next tribe. So that is who they want to do. They want to take out Joe. And this is also where you see the Ashley connection running. Ashley, like, he's really trying to run this game still, and we need to get rid of him before it's too late. When they decide to blindside Joe, they try to fix how they're going to, like, tell Joe and Mike what's going on. And Lauren accidentally, on purpose, gloats too much and tells her hand more than what she needed to tell him. So she tells them, Dr. Mike and Joe, that, hey, I have an extra vote, and this extra vote is available to me whenever I want to use it. She didn't have to say all that, because at first was, yeah, I got an extra vote that we're going to use. And Joe asked them, when can you use it? Like, just tonight? And that's all she could have just left it at. She could have just left that, yeah, I use it tonight, then it's over with. That's all she had to do. But now they know that if she doesn't use that vote, it's still a vote out there going forward. They didn't need that information. So you really got to be careful what you tell each other, even in the midst of everything that's going on. Yeah, he's about to go home, but Dr. Mike is still going to be here. Dr. Mike is not done. At the end of this tribal council, Joe does get blindsided and is sent home. And he's like, hey, y'all got me, good game. I'm happy to be out here as long as I did, and nothing really I can do about it. Y'all beat me to it, and, good luck going forward. So Joe is the latest person on our jury. We got we got Cole, Desi, JP, and now Joe on our jury. So this was episode 11 of Survivor, season 35, Healers versus Hustlers versus Heroes. And it is still picking up to get better and better each episode. We still got a couple immunity idols out there. We still got a couple secret advantages out there. So this tide could turn at any moment, and the bottom could be at the top, and the top could be at the bottom at any given time. So we are really in for a big, big series finale as it comes. Now let's see. I was saying I sort of wanted Joe to win. Now that Joe is gone, I really don't care too much who wins. I'm more just in for the gameplay right now, just to see. Like I said, I do believe whoever takes out Ben will ultimately be the winner, if that Ben doesn't take everybody out first and makes it to the final three. If Ben makes it to the final three, as he stands right now, he's in a lot of people's good graces, and he will win this game. I don't think there's anybody that's going to be able to take him out after they make it past 2 more weeks. I think Ben's going to be solidified on both sides of the tribe as somebody who can just go to this side and go to the finals with them, or go to this side and go to the final with his final 4. So this is going to be interesting to see how Ben plays this all out. in hopes of winning the final competition and the final tribal council. But if you all got predictions of who you want to see win, who was your favorite character so far this season, who are you mad that went home, who do you think should have stayed longer, who do you wish would have been able to be around longer, anything you want to let me know, drop it down in the comments below. Don't forget to also click that subscribe button right there. And there's a bell right there that will let you know every time I upload videos. So please, please, please go subscribe. If you all can do that for me, don't forget to like and share this as well. And once again, y'all just keep on finessing. Peace.